Hello, y'all. Hello. Sorry about the technical difficulties. Welcome back to another episode of Talks with Tone and Teena. Make sure you're liking our page, Talks with Tone and Teena on Facebook. Make sure you're subscribed to our channel on YouTube, Talks with Tone and Teena. How was your week, boo? You was alright? Everything alright with you?
Today is Tuesday.
Yeah.
Every day is a Monday or Tuesday to me.
Why?
You know, because my days aren't like regular people's days.
Oh, because your schedule?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
But my week was good so far.
Okay.
I have no complaints. I heard it's supposed to be snowy and icy tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, like the morning commute. So
y'all be careful.
Be on the lookout for that.
Thank God I ain't got to leave out till about 10. So,
how was yours?
What we doing? Mine was very busy dealing with my family this week for some reason. And I'm trying to adopt a dog, y'all. I want a pit bull, but they won't give me one.
For Mama Nita?
For me.
You want to adopt?
I want a new son. I talked to Zazie about it. She, ain't really all that with it, but she gonna have to share me.
Okay, so I gotta speak to everybody because we do have some people in the audience already. And honestly, you guys are lovely co-hosts. We could not do the show without y'all.
Yep.
Your feedback is what makes,
that's the best part of the show.
That's what makes our whole hour and a half run smoothly. Everybody putting in put in their 2 cents. The wants, don't bully us tonight. Okay, Akila is in here, Tahir's in here, Monty's in here, JoJo is in here.
Hey y'all.
Lanique, aka Miss Brown, aka the chef, Mama Flair.
With the bomb ass cakes and pies and curd-ons.
Yes, the bomb seafood pies. My son loves her Korean wing. Get somebody to do it. Okay, so our first question of the night. We want to just touch on, like, you know how we always speak on kind of like just our people. We're black. Our people always having like a crabs in the barrel, negative. Always got something negative to say when somebody's doing something, no matter what. Always going toward the negative instead of the positive. And remember on our first show of the year, we was like, let's just try to be more positive this year. Can you go a day without spewing negativity? So I want to talk about Love and Marriage DC. I know a new season is starting and they have a new couple on there. And they're from DC. Everybody on the show is Love and Marriage DC.
I gotta check them out.
I mean, everybody ain't
the
from
show
there, but whatever. But anyway, there's a new couple on there named the Duncans family. And they rose to fame and went viral and all of that because they got engaged on the same day that they got married. So in the morning, the husband proposed to the wife and had a whole wedding planned. So everything happened in one day. So they subsequently, went viral and ended up on like shows like TD Jakes, Creflo Dollar, doing all types of other stuff. But anyway, I saw people yesterday talking about them just going down my feed. Like, who are they? Like, who are you?
Like in a negative shit?
Yes. And talking about the wife, I don't know her. I don't know her, but she seems like a really like strong personality, very funny, she seems like a strong lady, and she's cute.
That's how bomb. Like, yeah. Why would it be negative?
And they was talking about her wig, her wardrobe, and I just feel like, you know what I'm saying, at this point, and a lot of times when I see somebody talking about somebody's hair, somebody's clothes, when you look at the person, their hair isn't done, their clothes aren't. Ciao. Their clothes aren't looking like they on a runway or anything like that. So we just need to, like, honestly practice not doing that. Like, them people ain't bothering nobody. Them people, obviously, they were sought after if they're on the show. And we over here looking at them. So, give them a chance, give them a break, cut them some slack, check them out, do some research. And then, you know what I'm saying?
Make your decision.
Yeah.
I feel like
and wait, I'm sorry to cut you off, Tone. And the lady is plus size, and she also does like fitness and all of that. And I was like, Tone needs to reach out to her and make her some clothes because she likes to dress fabulous. And I feel like you and her would, work well together.
I email that bitch and see what's up.
Hey, girl. You calling her a bitch? You calling Miss Duncan a bitch?
I'm going to, while we in the fit. I'm going to be like, bitch, you look bomb as shit, girl. But my clients know me. They know that's just, I totally agree. When you start I made an effort when we said that, you know, to not stop spewing negativity or whatever. I make it a point now to do positive shit as soon as I open my eyes. I don't want to gossip. I don't want to read the tea. I don't want to know nobody else's business. I want, you know, something positive to come in my life as soon as I open my eyes. And then whatever happens throughout the day happens throughout the day. I've never been one of those type of people that got something to say about the next, even if she look a mess. Now, if it gets too out of control,
I ain't gonna lie to
yeah, I ain't gonna cap. Bitch, I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna go in quietly. I'm gonna go in a bless your heart type of way. You know what I'm saying? Like to my friends.
Take your time, baby.
Right. I ain't gonna never disrespect the bitch. That's what she decided to put on. But yeah, but I find it weird when you take time out your day. First of all, like you said, obviously they are somebody because you're tuning in and you know their name. So what's the point in being negative? If that bitch on TV and she like to look the way she look.
And they do other things as well, like
But we didn't think about the fact that we got 2 other black people on that made it on the. That's what I'd be looking at.
Yeah.
All right, we got 2 more black people on the show. Like we need that recognition. We need more blacks on TV.
Yeah, and
not in a negative ghetto ass way.
And then I feel like they're doing positive things. Like they have like a couples retreat. They talk very like candidly and transparently about their relationship and, you know, their ups and downs. And, you know, we need that. We don't need nobody fake on being on the TV show
or y'all
pretending or whatever the case may be.
Or 5 bitches in the house fighting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what we're looking at as our
Now I do
entertainment.
think. Now I did see a trailer or preview or whatever. Now I do think she's gonna add a little like
right,
you know she's not gonna be fake. So you know with that comes it's gonna be it's gonna be something. Yeah, it's gonna be some smoke. But yeah,
I mean, but if it's authentic, but you know how like you watch Bad Girls Club, somebody left a cup on the counter. Bitch, you want to fight me? Let's take.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's all stupid staged ass shit.
Yeah.
Sure. If somebody, come for you and you authentically got to step to that ass, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Oh, Forever Duncan is their hashtag. That is.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna look.
If y'all want to look them up,
I'm gonna look her up and see what her style is.
Okay, so
what else I'll call
Miss Brown is in here. Miss Brown said,
"Hey, Miss Brown."
Miss Brown said that Miss Duncan would look great in your clothes.
Okay.
She has a unique style and she feels like your clothes match her. So hopefully, shout out to Miss Duncan. Y'all, somebody tag her.
Yes. I'm gonna reach out to her.
Okay, Vontae is in here. Vontae said, "What show we talking about?"
Hey, Vontae.
We're talking about Love and Marriage DC, the new season. I've never watched an episode.
Me either.
I might tune in now because the Duncans are on there.
See?
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at God.
Okay. Miss Brown said that the Duncans are going to bring the ratings up from the show because. I mean, I don't know if the show was already blah, kind of boring. I don't know.
Miss Brown, do you watch Love and Marriage DC?
Vontae,
did anybody in the crowd?
Vontae, do you watch it?
Yeah, did anybody in the audience watch the show?
I'm sorry.
Are they a good addition or do they suck? What's going on? Do the show suck without them?
Okay, Vontae does watch it. Vontae said, Lanique Brown, I like it. It's a different type of reality show.
Okay.
But it's not going to last long because there's no drama in it. But that's my opinion. Sorry, not sorry.
That's the sad part.
Keila said she watches it. Miss Brown said she's going to watch it now.
Okay.
JoJo said, I'm here for the new cast members. So
the consensus is everybody feels the same way. Like it's no reason for it.
Yes.
I think it's weird.
Oh, Vontae, no, JoJo. Do you know when it's coming on? No, unfortunately, I don't know when it's coming on. If somebody can find that out and let us know.
Yeah, Google. Put it in the comments.
Tahir said, give her the same greeting you gave Tracy. What the hell was you just doing? That's what Tahir said.
Tahir, I didn't even know you was on here. She didn't do the announcements or anything. Hey, Misa, how you doing, girl?
Okay, because we don't know when she be on here or when she be...
Exactly. But Tina, in my defense, we was saying it was Brownie for the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
To her, that's why Tracy, she got that.
Tracy, we have footage saying, where the hell is Tracy at?
Exactly. Look at our previous shows.
A couple weeks in a row. Okay, our next question is, and I know these kind of by heart, but our next question is, when you're getting into a new relationship or you're just dating, how do you prevent yourself from getting attached too quickly?
That's never been a problem for me. I don't want to see you every day. First of all, you're not going to keep naming that one motherfucker and saying that's everybody.
I don't care.
That's everybody.
I don't care.
And that was not And that was not a quick situation. That was years.
Would you say now or tonight or forever? Don't get it confused.
Okay, but that was one person.
In the words of Piggy, your sister, don't get it confused.
But that
don't say tonight or forever.
That was one. I did, y'all. Because I wanted to know. But what she not going to keep doing is naming that one nigga. She named that one nigga for everything, y'all.
And I do.
But generally speaking, I don't get attached quickly. And even in that situation, that had been years in the making and months, but like maybe like a year and a half before I got stupid. So I think if you see somebody consistently, now I'm not going to say that you should halt yourself from seeing that person just so you don't get attached. I feel like things should happen organically. If you want to see the person every day, then why would you hold yourself back from just because it's new? Sometimes people, you see all the time where people meet somebody in 30 days getting married. They've been married 30 years. I think anything should happen organically. You shouldn't hold yourself back from anything.
Some of the ways I think that you can try to avoid getting attached too fast is by, I feel like knowing your boundaries and just watching yourself. If you kind of know you get love bombed, you fall really fast, and you had those patterns in the past, and that didn't work out for you, watch yourself. And
those type of okay.
Yeah, and also I feel like having a real conversation with the person, because a lot of times when you're like, if it's happening fast and y'all are clicking, you start having all these fantasies in your head. Y'all
be married.
Y'all going down the aisle off a float on. I mean, y'all got a baby.
2 kids.
You're trying to picture how y'all baby gonna look, all of that stuff, and your tube's tied at that. But anyway. But so you don't really like you can do everything that a wife does, and what's the first thing he say? Bitch, we not together.
Yeah.
He'll let you know we're not together. You done did all this and all of that. So I think having an honest conversation with the person, like, you know what I'm saying?
But isn't that like a you problem? That's not a we problem.
It's just for the person. But also,
what conversation would you have?
Don't get mad if they don't say what you want to hear, but be ready to receive what they say and then govern yourself accordingly from that. Like y'all might be kicking it every day. Tasha!
Hey, you can do that with Tasha, but I can't do that with Brownie.
Because Tasha haven't been on here in months.
Hey, Tosh.
And okay, I feel like you could say like, hey, I'm looking more for, not right away. As soon as you say that right away, you scared the person off, whether it's a guy or a girl, because it's a lot of girls that aren't looking for relationships either.
Yep.
So you say, after a while, when you feel like you've really clicked, and I mean a while, a great amount of time, then you could say like, I'm ready to take this to the next level. How do you feel? I feel like you should come out and say
what
that.
if you one of those people, like you just said, that you fall in love easily, you already got your whole life planned out with this man after 2 weeks.
That's the dopamine phase, and that's more,
But do you feel like those type of people should still have a conversation with the person? Because what conversation would you have? That's a you problem. It's been 3 weeks in his mind. He don't give a fuck about you yet, and you already in love, and you done planned how y'all kids gonna look. So what do you do in that instance?
I mean, if you can control yourself and just go along with the flow, then do that. But if you can't, you have to try to find ways to make you not fall so fast. Like, even if
a conversation is not had.
Even if you don't be around them as much, have your own life. Don't make them your whole life. You know how us women do. You don't even do anything anymore. You just sitting in the house trying to wait and see what he's gonna do, and he's living his life. So don't like change your whole program for somebody that you're just getting to know.
But do you feel like they should have a conversation with that man, or that's gonna make them look crazy?
Depending on the man, most likely it's gonna make him look crazy.
Okay, that's what I was saying.
It's gonna make you look foolish. It's gonna make you look like a Lifetime movie.
That's what I was saying.
Okay, we have loads of comments.
Okay.
We jumping tonight.
I see.
Okay, India. Hi, India. India says set boundaries.
Okay.
Vontae said it's impossible. New relationships are the best. Vontae ain't
right.
They are. It's very hard.
Ain't nothing like new.
Especially when a man the R word. I can't say it. Retarded. But anyway, Miss Brown said set boundaries. Akila said doing my own thing, talking to different people. Yeah, and that's another thing.
I agree with that.
Keep dating, keep getting to know people. Like you're not joined at the hip with this man.
But I feel like if you do all those things, like everybody got that person that they that's day one or whatever. Like, even if you date 5 guys, it's one that you're going to like more than everybody.
You got them in first, second, third.
Yeah.
You keep a star in 5, but you got them in chronological order.
Exactly.
Based on how you feel about them.
Exactly. So I feel like if you keep your starting 5 until the one that you want make his move and say, we official, I don't feel like you're going to go at a pace. You're not going to get attached as if you were seeing that person, just that person, every single day. You waiting on him to call you. You know what I'm saying? I think you should continue to date.
And to be honest, you right, girl. And to be honest, try to limit your time sexually, because that plays a major part in it.
What?
Try to set boundaries even with sex.
Why?
Because that inadvertently makes you think that it's something that it's not a lot of times.
But Tina, that's the best part of a new relationship is the sex.
Okay, but then you're falling in love. You're just govern yourself accordingly.
Don't run for the D.
I'm gonna read the rest of the
comments. Don't change your life for the D.
India said, and stick with the boundaries. Lamont said, I'm dead, but I don't know why. Vontae said, I'm a Virgo. I can just talk on the phone with you and I'm fall in love.
Goddamn, Vontae.
Don't put that bone on us. His birthday the day after mine. Don't put that bone on us. We supposed to be tough. Like, we don't do that shit.
Vontae said shit different.
Sue is on here.
Hey, baby girl.
Lamont said, manage your time with the person properly.
I agree.
India said, allow space though and see how it goes.
Yeah.
India said to see where they are mentally. Tracy said definitely have to set boundaries, but it depends. If the feelings are mutual, things might take off. If the feelings are mutual, it's gonna go crazy regardless.
That's what I'm saying. It's gonna
go crazy. But I say if it's like that, see how it go and whatever the fuck happens.
Exactly. That's what I was saying. My initial comment. You can't control it sometimes. If both of y'all, if fireworks start the first night and you go, okay, it's 7 o'clock in the morning and we just leaving each other. And this bitch call you at 1:30 and be like, meet me for
1:30 at 7 o'clock. They call you at 9 o'clock.
Right. We gotta both sleep. So 1 p.m. Meet me for tea and crumpets, bitch. And then that turned into 6 o'clock in the afternoon. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes those relationships be like that,
I
girl.
feel like just ride the wave.
What you gonna tell him? Because I don't want to get attached. I want to get attached.
Ride that wave. Tasha said she be sleep. Lanique said, sad to say, because I've had some bad relationships in the past. I have this wall up and look at everyone with a side eye. So I have actually had guys think I wasn't interested, but just was scared of what could happen, so they don't go far. AKA, I'll get therapy soon.
Okay, thank you, Lanique. I wouldn't say, well, everybody needs therapy, child.
Everybody.
But, and it's nothing wrong with talking to somebody about anything that's going on in your life. But I feel like you got a wall up. Maybe you shouldn't have that wall up because you know how many niggas you missing, girl. That is maybe you're meant to be, your +1, your whatever. Don't limit yourself.
Okay, Vontae said all my friends call me delusional.
Goddamn.
Took the title very serious. Vontae, you gotta tighten up. I need to have a session with you. Virgos don't do that shit.
Vontae said he falls in love, honey.
India said, and always ask, why did you and your ex break up and what made you step outside of you? Or what made you step outside of your relationship if you cheating on your
India, I don't never ask those questions. You worried about him or you worried about you?
Yeah, you
the fuck why we talking about what I did with my ex and all of that? If he's still alive and breathing, then that's all you need to know. I ain't kill him.
Keisha B is in here. She said,
hey, Keisha B.
Keisha said, date multiple people.
Period.
Tracy said, definitely don't make him your whole life and vice versa. Mm-hmm. Tasha said, I really don't think after a certain age, time matters. It's really about the feelings flowing organically. Correct, Tasha.
That is true, but some women, well, some men too.
Some men,
yeah.
I
stand corrected. Some people, let's say that, they feel like they love you immediately. If they got a date that goes well, they feel like they love you immediately.
He the one.
Yeah.
He the one. Whatever.
That's a little tricky.
Okay. Vontae said, it always make me look crazy when I have a conversation. Tasha said, get married before drama is introduced to the relationship. Get married after a month, damn it. Tasha, how long was you and Glenn together before y'all got married?
Yeah, that's a good one.
She said, who's y'all starting 5? Dontria said that. Worry about yourself. Worry about the funds, Dontria.
I don't got to start in 5.
Tag his ass.
I don't got to start in 5 no more.
Vontae said, I can't have it starting 5. I can barely keep up with one too much. I don't know how people date around. Keisha B said, definitely limit the sex. Sex confuses emotions a lot of times. Very good. Tracy said, "Yep, the more sex, the more connected." Facts. Daryl said, "Hey, ladies."
That's look, real talk. Even with that one, that
read in here.
Even with that one,
what
sex was not what kept me. Whatever. I don't understand. Like for me, sex and love is two totally different things. I could fuck somebody for years and never get attached to them, but the other stuff, the hanging with, all of that is
just so super coupley, like
So I don't see when y'all keep saying limit the sex for what?
Yeah, it definitely has to. Okay, now Dontria telling me to stop.
Dontria, she'll spill your tea now, girl.
I thought you wanted that smoke. Anyway.
I'll double my knees.
Okay, she said, "Hey, ladies, nice running into you the past couple of weeks." Keisha B.
Hey,
I ran into her once.
Yeah.
Tone ran into her.
I ran into her last Friday. Sure.
And then said, "Well, she gonna ask the man those questions tonight."
Early on,
she said, "Men are crazy. They still gonna be crazy after that." And then everybody knows how to pretend and lie and put on their best self
and tell you what you want to hear.
Especially in the beginning.
Yeah, they're gonna definitely put their best foot forward.
Daryl said,
"Don't ask, just Google."
Okay, and yeah, Cherie's in here. Moving on to our next question. If you have something to say about that, please feel free to keep on chiming in, and I will get to you.
Absolutely.
The next question is, having too many kids is selfish on the parents' part. Children feel invisible, deprived, and sometimes neglected. And this one came about because there's a trend on TikTok going around where the mom stands up in the middle of the floor and all of her kids come in one at a time, and she says like what year they're born, and most of the time the mom ends up having like 8, 12, 14 kids. So of course I read the comments and all of that, and I see a young man in the comment saying that he was the youngest of 10. And he was like, he got neglected. He didn't get things. He just felt like he had a horrible life because he feels like his parents had so many kids and he felt like that was selfish on their behalf.
Oh.
So how do you feel about that? And what do you guys think is too many kids? What is considered 50, 11 kids? If somebody like, she got 50, 11 kids, he got 50, 11 kids, I'm not trying to deal with him. How many is 50, 11?
Well, first off, 50, 11 is 3 or more for me. Yeah, you don't need to get in the double digits to fucking be 50, 11. 3 or more, that's a lot. But also, it's really funny that he said that because most times you think about as long as he can find, even with Nick Cannon, he can afford, he's a millionaire, he can afford all these kids. But yeah, we never think about the emotional aspect to it too.
That's what I was talking about.
Yeah, he got millions of dollars to take care of these kids, but he don't have millions of minutes and hours and time to spend with these kids. So that him saying that really makes a difference.
From reading his comment, it also was like a financial problem too, because he said I never got anything. But I was talking about this earlier, and on your part, for one, a mother, we talked about this last week, may have postpartum. She can't be her whole authentic self to 14 other people. She got to have her own self-care. She got problems. So you can't emotionally be there for all of those kids. And even if it's a 2-parent household, I think that too many kids, if it's a family, if it's a mom and the dad in the household, both active, I think 4 kids is enough. Yeah. If it's a single parent, I think 2 kids is enough for a single mom or a single dad. Yeah. Anything other than that, I feel like you're going to have struggle, and struggle does not always mean financially.
No, absolutely not. Well, I feel like if you have 5 or 6
strength,
that like some communities, like they live like that,
in China, what you can only have 1 or 2 in China.
2, but like not like Chinese, but like not when they put restrictions.
Tia White in here. Tia said, I don't want to date a man with kids. Period, Tia.
Damn, Tia.
That's kind of like, I was going to say, what about, if he got great
Have you ever seen my big fat Greek wedding? Okay, Greek. The Greek family, they all live together. And then cousin such and such lives next door, and uncle such and such lives across the street. So yeah, if you have a situation like that, 5, 6, 7, 8 kids, because you might not have the time for them, but uncle such and such might have the time. Their older cousin that's 20 something might have the time. So I feel like in that situation, cool. But if it's just a mom and a dad, and it's just the mom and the dad, I do feel like having 6, 7, 8 kids is kind of selfish because you don't have the time for them.
Yeah.
Anybody that has more than 1 child and can't financially support the child, they being selfish. Even if you have 2, bitch, you're being selfish. Yeah. You can't afford the 1 you have.
And so many women, Of course, a woman can't get herself pregnant.
No.
You know how the men always say, like, she tricked me or she knew whatever. You got her pregnant, but as a woman, most of the time, you're left holding the bag, if you will, with the baby.
Even with the husband.
So when you are having these kids in a row, these stair steps, because you've been laid up with your boyfriend for 2 years and you end up with 3 and 4 little kids, but you're getting CPS calls because you're neglecting them, because you can't really take care of them. You can't even take care of yourself. That's something to think about. But when I run into those types of young ladies, they always say, I don't believe in birth control. I don't believe in abortion.
I don't believe in birth control.
Yeah, they always, trust me, part of my last job was talking people into abortions, talking people into birth control. That was a part of my job. And
I would hate that part.
Yeah, I mean, I've never had an abortion in my life.
Yeah, so how could you advise somebody?
I didn't advise.
You just let them know what their options were.
You use a model of motivational interviewing, and you get them to feel however.
Say, well, maybe I should.
But yeah, I never did it, but I did talk younger women into getting birth control because they couldn't take care of the child that they had, and they was going down, spiraling, out of control.
But what about people with religious aspects to it?
They say that, but I feel like people use that when they want. They use, it's about my religion to one thing, but not to something else.
I think it's more religious stuff back in the day. Like the Catholics really believe there's however many people.
And the Catholics also be sucking boys' D's.
But that's what I'm saying. That's more. I think that's more our parents with the Catholic thing, and you have the kid every.
I feel like people use religion to their discretion.
Advantage.
Yeah. So we have a lot of comments.
What y'all think?
Okay, Tia White said 2 or more is more than enough kids.
Yeah.
Too many kids. Sue said more than one is too many damn kids.
Goddamn, he can't have a sibling.
He should be said, I was definitely about to say I had 4 and I feel like I had 11 kids. Vontae said it only becomes too many kids when they are back to back. I didn't do it.
I would rather get them all out.
But I would have preferred to have stair steps.
Yeah.
I had kids 11 years apart. I definitely would have loved to have a
2-year-old and a 4-year-old.
No, a 2-month-old and 11-month-old. Let me have one while I'm 7 months. And have a 2-year-old so they could all
pregnant at the 6-week checkup.
Yeah, all of that. They could wear the same Pampers, pull up, sit on the pot together, do all of that.
Pictures will be twins.
I don't care. Do all of that at once so it can get out the way.
I agree.
I don't like that. I had kids so far apart.
I would rather have twins or triplets to get it all out the way.
But Sue did help us out a lot.
She did.
With Debbie.
She was a good sister.
Yes. Okay, Tahir said 3 or more kids is too many. Ms. Brown said, I think it depends on the household. If the parents and kids are in the same home, it may or may not work. Tracy said nowadays parenting is different. These kids whine, cry, and complain about everything. Then these parents don't parent the same, lacking discipline, etc. 4 is the most and definitely should be in a loving household.
I agree, Tracy, because then you got 4 motherfuckers whining and crying to you.
Danny is watching. Hello, Danny.
Hey, Danny.
Danny said, hey, ladies.
Hey, girl.
Lamont said 2 or more is enough for me.
Yeah.
Monte said, if you don't believe in abortions and you don't believe in birth control, you got to believe in something.
Exactly.
You got to believe in that Ray Caruth. Get pushed down them steps.
I'm with you on that one, Vontae.
Bernard Anderson is watching.
Hey, Bernard.
Sue said, I would not do more than 5 years apart. Lanique said, I had 4 and damn it, it's hard. Yes, easier when they are closer in age. Had 2 and then 11 years and then 2 more. Yeah. So you had 2 like 2 lives.
Okay,
basically.
but that was actually good, Lanique, because then you got the 2 out the way first before you started over. And then the 2 that you started over with can help you with the other 2. So that was kind of good.
Okay, our next topic. 6 months of being completely focused can change the course of your life. Do you agree with that or do you disagree? And what are some ways that you can stay focused?
100% agree with that. I've seen what 1 month of consistency can do. So yes, especially in my line of work where everything is like social media-ly.
Yeah, everything is like,
we're doing a show, it's a presence, you know what I'm saying? So especially for somebody like me that posts content, I've seen where a month could change things.
Just being consistent.
Yeah, can change. Yes, can change everything. You cannot be consistent without being focused. So you got to figure out how to get focused. I'm gonna be honest with you. The 1-minute meditation
that I implemented. Thank you.
Starts my day.
Shout out to Jafani.
It starts my day at least 3 or 4 times a week. Just clearing your mind to be focused for the next day. I think that's 100% number 1. And then don't think too far ahead. I have this thing where I plan try to plan every second of my life, and if it doesn't go that way, I'll be like, fuck the whole thing. So now I worry about day by day. What I'm supposed to get accomplished. I pick 3 things that I need to accomplish per day. And if those 3 things get, like, I have other things that I want to do, but if those 3 core things must get done, and it changes everything. I feel like don't put too much on yourself. Don't come down on yourself too much. If you don't, you know, tomorrow's a new day. Just start again tomorrow.
Exactly.
Instead of like, I couldn't do it, or, you know, people tend to just give up after they put these unreasonable demands on themselves. They tend to give up when it really is shit that, that's like you saying you want to lose 25 pounds in 2 weeks. Bitch, you know that ain't gonna work.
But I eat some hog dogs and be like, I'm gonna do it again in a couple of months.
Yeah, and then 2 weeks later, you say fuck dieting all year. Like, it's I feel like you putting reasonable expectations on yourself is also key.
If you guys can Google SMART goals, SMART, those are goals that you work on that are very short term. So what you're saying is actually correct. That's something I used to teach my families, working on, because if it's unattainable or unbelievable, you know, of course you want to do this big deal, but you have to do small steps to get to that big deal. So Google SMART goals if you want to. I'm gonna Google look at how to implement that into, like, you know, your goals from now on. And I also wanted to say, just always remember that, because I know I bring this up a lot, but I feel like a lot of times when we get at a certain age, we just say, what's the point? Or forget it, or I'm too old to do that now, or I'm not going to do it. But if it's something as small as driving, if you want to drive, and you might be 50, never been behind a steering wheel, but you always wanted to drive, focus on that for the next 6 months. If you wanted to, like,
start a class, learn a different language, anything,
like every day I want to walk a mile. Do something small, and you know, will build up to something big. But definitely don't ever give up on something you really wanted to do. You might have another 40 years left in you. You're gonna be like, I'm 45. What's the point now? And you might live to be 90. So go for it.
And don't give up on yourself. Put a real shoe on every day.
No, I'm not.
Get dressed. Comb your hair every day. I don't give a fuck if you 45.
I'm not putting on a real shoe.
I need you to do that.
I am not doing that,
bitch. I need you to do that. That's my only request for you in your whole life.
I don't care. I'm not putting on a real shoe.
She even vacation. I can't get her to wear a real shoe most of the time.
I'm at that age. Just give me a fly.
There ain't no such age, bitch.
It is.
When you just earlier you posted Birkenstocks or Crocs. Neither.
I need a slide at all times. You can call them a slide. You can call them slave runners. You can call them whatever you want, but I need those.
Bitch, give me a 3. I can get at least a 3-incher.
I can be in Jamaica and get them from the craft market for $1. Whatever the fuck.
Her favorite spot is Five Below, honey.
I could be a Five Below. I'll get all colors, whatever the case may be.
I need y'all to keep caring about your appearance. That's all I ask.
Okay, to hear say I agree. Consistency is definitely key. Yeah. Especially when working and living, eating healthy, yoga, meditation, accomplishing small goals, get through the day. Lanique said, because you can't tell me I'm not Superwoman, then I'm hurting myself. Because she feels like she overexerts herself. You know, she does so much when you say don't do it all, or, you know. You can't do it all. And then you feel like shit when you don't get it all done. Akila said she wanted to lose 10 pounds before her birthday. Okay. Her birthday is April 22nd. Okay, girl. And how did I know that? Right, how did you? She told me the other day. So her birthday is April the 22nd. So I feel like you have time. You can start with like small meal prepping and exercising, but don't overextend yourself. Don't go on one of those quick, fast diets where you lose it and gain back. Drink nothing but water and cardio for 30 minutes. You will lose 10 pounds in a month. Maybe a month and a half. Gotta keep striving for sure, Tracy said. Mm-hmm. Tahir said Google SMART goals and go for it. Ms. Brown said, FYI, I'm excited about being here. I'm always working and miss you guys live. Oh, okay. And thanks again. I really get good things from here. Thank you, Ms. Brown. We're happy to. Because we go through the same. You know what's good about this show? Everybody go through the same shit. Everybody, and we keep it 100. Listen, we not gonna fake the funk. Always. Ms. Brown said, and she's also gonna always wear Crocs or Birkenstock slides, anything like that. See, we just had a moment. Ms. Brown is be on her feet and stuff, doing them pies, cakes, and all that good stuff. You think she gonna put on a sneaker, but when she step out, put on some. She always step out. Always. Okay, well if you step, then you should step, but. I'm a side eye those Crocs. Just as long as they ain't Crocs. I go for the Birkenstocks over the Crocs. Okie doke. Our next question is, Women, and this is a question that Tone submitted.
What?
Women saying, I'd rather get it
Oh,
on my
I need
own.
a drink. I need a refill for this one.
Okay, women saying, I'd rather get it on my own. I don't want him reminding me what he did for me. Is this a valid reason to refuse things and or ask for things from a man you're dating, you're living with, your mate, and so on and so forth? You know how women will be like, I don't want him throwing that up in my face. You'll go ask your mother or your grandmother and get mad at her if she don't do something for you, but you give your man grace because he will throw it up in your face later.
And here's the bumping part.
What's your take on that?
Here's the bumping part.
And I got a great male perspective about that earlier.
Here's the bumping part. They say they don't want the man to throw it up in their face. But when you go to your mama and get the money from her, what she say? You done borrowed $30 from me 2 weeks ago. I ain't get that back. You keep, well, where's the man at? Well, where's Paul? Why he, your mother throw it up in your face and you ain't got no problem going to her. But the nigga you sleeping with, you don't want him to have to say shit to you.
Wait.
I don't understand that.
Guess who just entered?
Who?
Tess. Talking about this is some amazing content. Where the hell have you been for the past 90 days?
We don't know how we feel about you, Quintessa. Can you put L on the line?
Exactly. Raphael has been consistent
and faithful. I don't understand this. I never have. I never will understand a woman. You lay down with this man every day, but you don't want. Period. But you don't want to ask him for nothing, or you don't want him to provide for you because you don't want him throwing it up in your face. Instead of saying thank you when he throw it up in your face, I appreciate it.
But you'll gobble that deep.
Bitch, you ain't had shit before me. Well, I didn't. Thank you. That would be my response. Why is that so important for women not to? And then you know what I really think? I really think that we have been conditioned as black women. That strong black woman shit has fucked us up. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It was great when we were on our own and taking care of the kids by ourselves in the 70s and yada yada yada. It's not an accomplishment. It's not a tip in your hat. Badge of honor to be a strong black woman. No, you're supposed to have someone to lean on. Mm-hmm. We were strong black women because we had no choice. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But we have choices now. We have options now. Lean on that nigga. That's what he's there for.
Cherie been hitting the nail on the head every week.
What Cherie say?
Cherie said pride.
Ain't no such thing, baby. Yeah, and you're absolutely right. But I don't understand how you can ask your mama and she give you all the lip in the world, but you ask your nigga and you don't want him to say that he did something. Okay, I don't get it.
Keisha B made a great comment.
Okay.
She said in her 20s, now y'all remember last week she said she was married by 19. She said in her 20s she would never do that, but in her 40s, no, I'm letting them know what I need.
Period.
So why do you think that things changed for that for you, Keisha? And
because I saw
I've always been, I'm sorry to cut you off, Tom,
no,
I've always been super independent, super get it out the mud, super I got it, or whatever. Yeah. But I'm still gonna ask. I don't give a fuck. I'm still gonna ask. But I got a male's perspective today, and it was more so like kind of like you were saying, like you don't want the man to think like, you know, not that you're leeching off of him, but you don't want him to think that you're kind of like inadequate or whatever. But
okay, I do feel like there's a difference. I feel like there's a difference between dependent and needing help.
That's
or
what I'm
leaning
saying.
on.
If we're together, then we supposed to work, you know, as a team.
It's I don't have a job, and if I need to get something from the store that's $12, I need to call you for $12. That's something different than I'm a little short on the rent this month. I need your help.
No, Tina. Tina said, are you discounting that financial abuse is a thing?
No, absolutely not.
No.
That's very real.
Yeah, very real. You know, at my previous job, a lot of moms, you know, that was part of their domestic violence.
Because they have nowhere else to go. They want the lifestyle that they have, and they know that they can't provide it if they leave this man, and he knows it too.
Did you ever see that Cheaters where it was an older black couple, and all he kept saying was, I pay your rent, I pay the bills.
How dare you even approach me about cheating on you and all this other stuff?
Yeah.
But see, that she fucked that up.
Yeah, you're not ever supposed to depend on somebody, you know.
One, you don't depend. I ain't say depend. I said help. So that's the difference. Dependence is something different.
If I need a ride and I'm walking, give me a goddamn ride.
Right.
I
feel like it's a difference.
I'll ask a stranger for that, so I'm definitely gonna ask my man.
Exactly. I saw a woman's post said, I struggle for mine. I got mine all by myself. And it was so many women on the post saying, that's right, me too. Yep, that's how you do it. That's right. That's how what the fuck is that? She beat herself down. So, bitch, you killed yourself for 20 years to get where you at right now, when it was a man right there that was willing to help you out with the shit, and you wouldn't let him do it because you ain't what. And most of these women be with men. They just won't ask. I'm asking.
Antonio is in here. Antonio, you been where the hell you been?
Antonio, I got a question. I'm glad you're here. So for this question, how do men feel about that? How do men feel about when they see a woman struggling and she like do the men think that's weird?
Okay, Ray is in here. Hi, Ray.
Hey, Ray.
Dontrina said, I can be a strong black woman making money and getting yours too.
Period.
Tahir said, I have said this before and my reasons were exactly what you're mentioned in the question. However, I have grown to ask for what I need and or want at all perks now. But she said at first she used to feel that way.
Feel what way? Like she couldn't, I don't want you asking for nothing? Oh,
yeah. Miss Brown said, I'm only going to ask if I know you someone who's not going to throw it in my face. See, there it is.
Why do you care if he throw it in your face?
Yeah, what is that about? And Tracy,
why not just say thank you if he throw it in your face?
Tracy said, because black women get stereotyped as gold diggers, etc. We get so many negative monikers. Tina bring up the financial abuse. Cherie said, I will never ask my mother for shit laying up with a man.
Period. There's no way.
That's the one.
Cherie, there's no way.
Keisha said, mindset change and experience. I thought being super independent was a good look.
That's what I'm saying. But I've conditioned us.
But I've been told that it makes them feel like they aren't needed.
That makes them feel like less than a man. That's why I asked Tonio, because I've had a male perspective on this too. And the man actually told me, if you feel like you can do everything on your own, what you need me for? Men want to be needed. Men want to. I don't care how forward thinking a man is. They still gonna go back to the same protection, provider,
the right man.
Yeah, that's how men. Yeah, you got some bitch ass niggas, but the real dudes. That's what they're called. That's what makes them feel like men. So if you take that away from them, then what is he there for? He like I can go do whatever I want to do.
That's what Keisha just said. She said for some men, being a provider feels good to them. Antonio said closed mouths don't get fed. We know the difference between looking out and being dependent.
Exactly.
Akila said, I'll be afraid to ask because I don't want him to think I needed him to provide for me, knowing he got his own bills.
Why? Why do you care?
Whatever. He know he got his own bills.
He got his own, but if he got his own bills, then he gonna tell you he ain't got it right now.
Get out there and DoorDash and give me that money.
Yeah, I need this. I need this. I ain't playing.
Jermaine Hicks is in here.
Hey, Jermaine.
Keisha said it was a good. Oh, I got you, Keisha. I corrected it.
What?
What she has said. Tia White said struggle is not necessary.
No.
And like Tone said, we have been conditioned to believe that's a part of who we are. You know, we're superwoman, we're this, we're that. We got the shrapnel on our back. We got to go out and make it happen for the family and the kids and the whole.
And we wear that as a badge of honor.
Yeah.
We've been doing that for years.
Cherie said, can a man ask a woman for help, or will women look at him like he ain't shit?
No, you
women
can.
gonna readily help him too.
No, you can't. That's what I said. That's what I'm saying. We supposed to be a unit. So if you're falling short, and sometimes, that's what I'm there for.
Exactly.
You supposed to come to me before you come to anybody else. So yeah, it works the same way for men.
Tracy said the system made us that way. Remember to get help. To get help, a man couldn't be in the household.
Tracy, yes.
That shit is generational.
Yep.
Antonio said topping someone off but being too proud to ask for some shit is crazy.
Yeah.
That's the most intimate thing you could do, but you can't ask for $50.
See? You got a male perspective right here, lady. Stop saying that fuck shit.
Ms. Brown said, I just believe if you do something to help me, then you did it from the heart and not throw the shit up in my face if we in an argument or something. I agree with that too.
I do too, but that showed me the character of the man. That's not gonna make me stop asking the next nigga.
Ms. Brown also said, I will say thank you, but the minute you bring it up out of spite to be me, I'm not asking again. And I ain't never giving it back. I don't care. You can say it right after.
Yeah.
You ain't getting it back.
I'm never giving it back. The only thing I can say is thank you. But for real, I've only had 2 dudes that did that. And I never talked to him again. After we got into an argument and they brought that shit up, one dude one of my friends pulled up and said he could hear me cussing the dude out from the parking lot because he gave me $40 and thought that he's
the old fool.
And he said he was taking care of me. Now here go the bumping part. You gave me $40, nigga, to take you to West Hale to go to a cookout that you pressed me out to go to that I didn't even want to go to. So the $40 was just replacing the gas.
Gas money, bitch.
He said I was taking care of you.
And Tracy Branch, like what Tia White said, struggle isn't necessary. So true.
It's not.
Okay, moving on to the next question. If you
All
have
right.
anything to say about that, please feel free to chime in. The next question is thoughts on using protection with your spouse. I can go first if you want.
Yeah.
Okay, like I was saying earlier, just because you're married to someone does not mean that you shouldn't have common sense. If your spouse, and you know, most of the time people know what's going on in their household. If your spouse is out here, in the words of Tone's mother, Mama Nita, fucking out of both drawer legs, don't be so stupid and so pressed to prove that you're a wife, that you're...
Or you trust him.
That you're lacking in common sense, where you're out here getting HIV, chlamydia, things of that nature. I work always with vulnerable populations, and you know, when the person has HIV, I always ask them how did they contract it, and most of the time it was from their mates. I mean, of course, a few times it was like drug related as far as tricking, but some of the times it was their mate. And then I know a lot of people that work at the hospital, and they say a lot of times older women come in there with STDs. They not out here sleeping around, but their husbands are out here tricking and stuff. So you have to use common sense.
My God.
You have to use common sense before, you know, I'm married. And yes, some people you do need to use protection, or you get burnt. It's up to you. There's no way you should have never had a sexually transmitted disease until you got it from your husband.
Yeah,
or wife. You know.
But this might sound crazy, but I ain't using no condom with my husband. I would rather leave you.
Yes, condoms, Tina.
I would rather leave you.
That would be the thing.
Than use a condom. I don't want to use common sense and know you tricking out this motherfucker and still keep you because you my husband.
Some women do it.
I would rather leave you than to use a condom.
Some women know what's going on and will get burnt and then just go.
No, okay, so that is not an option. Me getting burnt chlamydia at 44, I'm going to the clinic like the 16-year-old.
65.
Bitch, I ain't doing it. I'm not doing it. I would rather leave you than use a condom. And if I feel like I need to use a condom, we need to have a conversation because you need to be getting your shit then. Like, that's crazy. That's insane.
Yeah.
Would y'all use a condom with y'all mate?
Okay,
with y'all husband, wives?
Here's the comments. Tina said protection like condoms, and she's tripping out.
Girl, right?
Tina's like, what? Ms. Brown
like
said,
use no goddamn condom.
Tracy said, I know some married men who should always use protection.
Yeah, Tracy
said,
Sandy,
right,
I know we know a few.
Common sense. Tracy said, absolutely. Be realistic about who your relationship is. Protect your life and your body. You know, protect yourself over anything. Like, this man could possibly kill you, but you want to still prove that, like, I'm the best and greatest wife here.
But isn't the best protection to not sleep with him at all?
That is, but we have to be realistic. A lot of these women still... A woman will get cheated on 2 days before her wedding and still marry the guy.
Okay, so cheated on... Yeah.
So you don't know what your husband is out here doing. So you got to use common sense.
Yeah, but but anybody can be cheating on anybody.
Yeah, and most married men do not use condoms when they cheat. Y'all can believe and argue and tussle amongst yourselves. It's
y'all
true.
Are nasty.
Y'all husbands be
fucking raw.
Oh, and
who wants to? And okay. This is going into another thing, but ladies, wives, they prefer to go down before they even have sex. I'm just giving y'all a heads up. Don't kiss these niggas when they coming home from work and shit. He got off at 3, girl. He getting home at 7. Don't kiss him.
And you know, some of the husbands, you know, actually be with the boys too. Anyway, that's another topic.
Yeah. That's a whole other show.
So, Ms. Brown says she totally agrees. Akila said, exactly. I ain't using no condoms with my husband. He should be honoring his vows. Akila, that sounds cute.
On paper.
But if he's not honoring his vows and you know he's cheating, and if he burns you, what do you know, you're going to take your pills and still deal with it.
Yeah, but I get all of that. No, I'm with Akila. If I don't know, that's one thing. I can't. I'm assuming that my man is faithful. My husband is faithful to me.
Okay,
but if you already know he tricking, and this bitch had already contacted you and told you that she was his side piece and all. Like, you know your man. Mm-hmm. I would rather get rid of him than put on a condom.
Tracy said, I'm not staying in a relationship like that, not at all.
Girl.
Larry said, your books have arrived today. I will get them to you soon. Okay, Larry, thank you.
We got you.
Antonia said, we going to the doctor off the top because after the third time, I'm raw dogging.
Okay, that's another thing. We had that on the previous show. Is it okay for you to have a date going STD
I think it
testing?
It's cool.
I don't think it's a problem either.
Tia said, the world we live in is crazy. Can't trust anyone. You can't.
What about wives?
Husband
and wives.
Yeah, wives and got to have
have a date, STD date.
They should also. You can't. You don't know what I don't care if you think you're in an inseparable relationship. I don't care if you think you joined at the hip. Your husband can fuck on a stairwell at work in 2 minutes.
Yep.
And get his coworker pregnant or whatever the case may be.
If they
use your best judgment and use common sense.
And
that's
you
all
know
I'm
your
saying.
man or woman.
Even if you don't know the bitch, you'll be the main one fighting and arguing. Then they show you the tape or whatever.
Show me the receipts, girl. Okay, on the way.
Yeah, so use your best judgment.
Yeah.
Tina said, "Who is y'all?" Tina don't play that about her man.
Y'all who?
Whoever women that should use condoms or shouldn't or whatever.
Oh.
Larry said some of the wives are just as ridiculous, and that is true. Some wives have gotten pregnant by their side piece dude, and the husband has a vasectomy. Some wives have burnt the husband. Like it's a cycle.
And the husband had a vasectomy? How you bring that baby home? How you even show that stomach? And you know that man had a vasectomy.
You might not have known because nowadays a lot of people play games with each other.
Yeah.
So he might not have even divulged that he had a vasectomy. And you pop up pregnant and he waits.
He already knows it.
And he give you the death blow. He give you the coup de grace.
Right.
Baby, I'm out of here because I got a vasectomy.
True.
Keisha B said, I urge my sons to get tested at least once a year.
Yes.
I mean, okay. And
you should be tested for everything at least once a year.
And you could get tested more than once a year because there are so many free places.
Yeah.
We're going to put up a free link in the Talks with Tone and Teena page where you could go anytime you feel like it, how many ever times you feel you could get every STD, STI test. Mm-hmm. And if you happen to be positive for anything, you can also get treated there as well.
And is it free?
Yes, it's free. They have locations in DC and Maryland. It's called AHF. So I'll put that out as well. And they also have
so you even learn shit here with
for sure. We're definitely gonna
we're gonna watch your pussy and your dick.
Yeah, we're gonna educate you. Antonio said the wives be the wildest.
Tonio, don't put that all on the wives.
Keisha B said, I remember people used to be scared of contracting HIV. Now folks go hard.
Girl, I was just saying the other day, people act like HIV don't even exist no more. Like, what is really good?
Tracy said, yes, get tested regularly.
I agree.
So, yeah, we're definitely going to put that information out. And definitely don't ever be afraid to have certain conversations with your man, with your children. If you got a child that's like 14 or 15, get them tested, see what's going on with them as well.
And then if you don't want to use condoms, but he tricking and he got a side bitch and she got a side dude and all of that type of stuff, don't even tell him. Just go use the link and go get tested on your own.
And Keisha said, definitely know what's going on in and with your body. Mm-hmm. Okay, moving to our next question. What number are we on? Oh, stop dimming your light for people who are insecure about themselves. Mm-hmm. How do you feel about that?
100% agree. I've had someone tell me I need to dim my light a little bit because they wanted to shine.
Tone likes to wear high heels. Tone likes to go out and be super dressy.
I don't give a fuck where we going, bitch. I wear heels to Target sometimes. I'm going to put on an outfit.
I've known Tone since she was 13, and she always did that type of thing.
That's been me.
So yeah, that's her.
I did have a person tell me, you need to tone it down because...
That reminded me of, do you remember that, it's a text that people post where the girl was like, you're going out with me and my man, don't wear no makeup. And then the other girl was like, why? And then she was like, because you're just going out with us. That reminds me of your story. Like, don't wear heels. Don't do it up, Tone.
That's what it was. That's what it was.
You know what I'm saying?
Don't wear the heels. Don't wear this. Bitch, I'm 5'3". I'm going to wear heels anytime we go out. But I was told that. And I had to tell him, bitch, this is me. I'm never going to dim my light for nobody else. Bitch, you need to step the fuck up or don't go out with me. This is who I am. I'm never going. No. And do you think that person's a real friend to even ask you to do that?
And we have to stop saying that too. We have to stop saying everybody's not a real friend or is not your friend when they do things that's based off of emotion or envy.
Yeah.
Those things are natural feelings. That stuff happens. Your own mother could be jealous of you. Your own sister. I made a post in Talks with Tone and Teena today about a girl who said she was jealous of her sister because they were African young ladies and
I saw that one.
And the family revered the lighter sister, and she was jealous. She was like, I'm embarrassed to say it now, but it was true. The family made her feel that way. So no, somebody is not your friend because they envious because you're getting attention. That's just they envious, but that don't mean that they don't really love you or they're not really your friend. Now if they're being more sinister about it, and it turns into a frenemy evil type of thing, that's a whole nother story.
Okay, so then that person ended up, they don't do it now, but back when they said that to me, they started posting the worst pictures of me.
I also feel like, Tone lost weight. How much weight did you lose, Tone? I feel like
170.
Tone lost like 170 pounds on her own. And I also feel like when you're the fat friend or you're the unattractive friend, it's all good. Because when we go out, all eyes are on me.
Wait 1 second, sis. Bitch, I was never the unattractive friend.
I'm not saying that.
Bro,
I'm speaking in general.
I was always Tone, a little more.
I'm speaking in general. So, but when things shift, and we always do, we see the little memes, how the girls in high school look one way, and now how they look
like a refrigerator,
and all of that. So then you're a threat because you have glowed up and they have glowed down. So now you're a threat. So then, it does become. And it's sad that we put so much emphasis on, if men or if somebody's going to pay us attention, that's how we gauge friendships and going out or, all of that. But that's a big part of it too.
So you think a person that is your friend who, all that shit you just named, that person that glowed up, you looked at them as the unattractive friend or the fat friend or whatever.
Jealousy.
They still could love you and be a friend to you?
You can be envious of someone. People are envious of their own children. Some parents have had children that they thought looked beautiful and they didn't, and they were envious. That doesn't mean, you know what I'm saying? That's just a real emotion. Now again, how they act on that going forward tells a big part. They may have to get adjusted to the new you. They may have to get adjusted to you getting the attention and them not, but
even with the weight on me, I still wore 5-inch heels. I still wore, what I'm saying? I still was me.
But still, it became more of a threat. It became more of a threat.
I got you.
That's just what it is. But I'm not one of those that every time somebody say one thing, they ain't your real friend. Please.
I don't ever do that, and I never think nobody jealous of me either. Because I ain't got shit.
Jealousy and envy are two different things. Jealousy involves 3 people. Envy is, between you and a person. So get that together when y'all talking. No shade. Okay.
Oh, bitch, I knew what I meant. I've been jealous.
So definitely don't ever dim your light. And piggybacking off of that, our next question, it kind of
Have you ever had that though?
What?
Have you ever had someone that was your friend but telling you to dim your light?
I mean, I'm a big character or personality, and I've always been. Tone's known me more than half of her life.
Right.
And I've always been like, I have always possessed controlling leadership qualities. And when you're that type of person, you're always, standing out in some type of way. So every time I was in any circle, I was kind of like, in charge or the leader in a way. And yes, some people are intimidated by that.
But nobody's actually came to you with like, you need to tone it down.
No, bitch. But like Let has come to me, not herself, because Let is me. But she has told me like people are so intimidated by me or whatever the case may be. This was like when we were younger. And I had already been who I was. Right. So I was never definitely going to change. You either sink or swim.
That's what I said.
But and then, I remember when Kiana, when she started working at the Ark, she was like, I didn't like you when I first came. And I was like, Kiana, She was like, I didn't like you when I first came. Like, I thought that you were all that. And you know how much Kiana loves me. She's one of the only people that I let my daughter go spend the night with her and her family. And
God, Kiana did like you.
Yes. But it's just when you're very like outspoken, and
you do have the take it or leave it personality.
And people aren't used to that. They kind of take it one or two ways. But I'm definitely a gem. And to know me is to love me. So if you're one of those people that go off of your first
instincts,
then you would miss out on like a great person. Yeah. To be honest,
I agree.
That is that. Mm-hmm. So no, I'm definitely never ever gonna dim my lights.
Do the people in the comments, are they dimming their lights?
And piggybacking on that, it's a two-part. Okay. The next part is dumbing yourself down to fit in with your peers. Hit that for me, Tone.
I've never personally done that, but lots of people I went to school with.
They trying to say I got main character energy, and I do.
No, she's very much a main character.
The girls get it.
Yeah, she's very much a main character.
Don't.
Very much. I never did that. I always took like advanced classes and shit. So everybody in my class was just as smart as I was.
So you didn't have to dumb yourself down.
I didn't have to dumb myself down. And when I came back to my neighborhood, nobody gave a fuck about what I did in school. So I didn't have to dumb myself down. But I did see people who did do that. My brother, for instance, was one of the people who he went from making straight A's, tutoring people, to not even graduating high school because his friends were not the people that he didn't have friends.
He is a Virgo. Tia White is a Virgo, so she said, "Bitch, get adjusted." That's just how we be, Tia.
He didn't have friends when he was in middle school and whatever. So when he got to high school, he wanted friends, and he started hanging out with the wrong crowd, and they were doing whatever. So he went from straight A's to not even graduating. So I've seen it happen firsthand. I've never experienced it.
I feel like around puberty, that is a time, and you have to watch your kids. Like, you have to be very vigilant, like, around your kids, because your kids will be going through stuff and you don't even know. Yeah. So you definitely want, my son is 14. He has moved into like a predominantly white town, and I'm very aware of how things could possibly go. So I'm always just in his ear talking, and don't ever compromise who you are. Don't ever let anybody play with you regarding your race, a joke, none of that type of stuff. Period. And don't ever be pressed to fit in with nobody. You make people be pressed to hang with you. Right. And, growing up, I was always kind of on the proper side. I always lived in the hood. And Tone can attest, people around the way, they start talking like me. The thugs. True. The thugs, the drug dealers.
They're coming, and how are you doing? And when it's
next
going
thing
on,
I do, all of them.
And that's when I thought
they always
do all. Yeah.
So I never conformed. They conformed and started acting like me. And I'm talking about all the whoever around the way.
And to the point where when they see her today, they still do it.
Yes. So no, I'm never gonna dumb myself down. And you just have to start off and be very confident in yourself. And honestly, it comes from home, and a lot of it comes from within as well.
Do you feel like that's an insecure trait?
What?
Dumbing yourself down or trying to fit in, or
it does have an element of insecurity.
I think so too.
It definitely has an element of insecurity, but it's something that sometimes you might catch yourself what am I doing? Yeah. And then sometimes I see it right here on Facebook now. People are my age, and they still dumb themselves down, or they still get with, or they still try to fit in, and they're grandparents.
That's sad in the 40s.
You know what I'm saying? They're grandparents. So
do you also? But you know what I thought? What I get? Most people don't know I went to college, right? Because you know how I talk. I talk like I talk.
She always talking about she went the hood.
Yeah, I've been like this since I was born, since I was alive.
I was very smart.
Yeah, but people don't know I've been to college and I whatever. So they when I use my when I use the King's English or whatever, they be like, "Why the fuck are you talking like that? Why are you acting like that?" But this is how I actually act. This, it's everybody got all sides of them. I don't do bitch nigga all day. Yeah. Sometimes I do speak English.
You code switch.
Yeah, I do. And sometimes I do it even in my normal life. So when somebody actually asked me why the fuck are you talking like that? Bitch, what you like? It's another side of me, girl.
Okay, we have comments.
All right.
Okay, Tia said, well, bitch, get adjusted because I'm here. Sue
Period.
said, main character energy. Lamont said, main character shit. Tahir said, my boo, I don't know what. JoJo said, don't live your life being an extra. Be the star of the shit.
Always.
Said,
you should always star in your own life.
They can be intimidated by you, but I bet they won't refuse or confront you.
Keela always wants to fight.
Joel said, bye, girl. Joel, stop hating. Akila said, I love Tone Street and Japani Tina. Thank you. And Sue said, I feel like I do that fashion-wise.
What?
Try to fit into, or dumb yourself down. Dumb yourself down fashion-wise.
Why? Don't ever do that.
She said, wait, she's half asleep. Bye, Sue.
Okay, because that's the platform where you shine the most on
she
fashion.
never played a dummy. I love being smart, LOL. Keisha B said, yes, that age from 11 to 14 is a tricky age.
Yeah.
It's very tricky.
Yeah.
For boys and girls.
Keisha, that's when my brother actually switched over. Like, he went from straight A's, from 11 to 14, he went from straight A's to making F's.
This is not the Jafani show. I definitely give everyone their spotlight.
What?
He's
that?
bullying me. But anyway, I love to.
Don't bully my homegirl.
First of all, I love to root for the underdog. And I love to try to make anybody feel confident, good, and give anybody the spotlight. That's who I am. So no,
she is a hyper.
It's not the.
She is a hype man.
Okay. Tracy said, "Never dim your light." Akila said, "I got two sides to me: the hood and the professional."
Period.
Okay, moving on.
So it's a consensus that everybody thinks you should not dim your light for anybody.
But everybody also says that it happens, and it usually.
Oh, it definitely happens.
And yeah, you know.
But don't dim your light. Don't
does happen.
Do you feel like it happens more when you're younger? Like when we older, people still. Yeah.
Some people do come into their own and who they are.
Yeah.
I will say I've seen people from high school, and you know, of course, since Facebook, I might not have seen them in 20 years. They're like a totally different person than they were, like in a mature type of totally different way. Like it's no indication that they were ever that old person.
Yeah.
But then there are some people that they look at, you know, status or all of that stuff, and they still crave like being in. So,
I do know people that are still pressed to be friends with the in people in bands.
That's gonna. You got people at bingo that whoever the in crowd at bingo, and these people on walkers and are 80. You got people at the senior little like day center. That stuff, that clique, that in crowd. All of that, you know, the tables, you over here.
When I went to bingo,
that's gonna be till we die.
The seats matter, girl. Those older bitches had the front on lock, and then you had the Lewis family to the right. They had that on the lock.
That was Sue grandmother.
They had the whole Lewis clan
yeah.
had it on lock. No, they ain't Lewis's. They did Spriggs. The whole Spriggs.
To the point where people wouldn't even touch their seats.
But they wasn't even walking past.
But tell them, didn't they do that to us on the two-step?
They did.
People
would push their strollers on grass and gravel and dirt.
And if they were sitting where we sat,
they got up and moved when we came.
They got the fuck up.
Period.
It's not funny, but
it is.
It is.
We wasn't shit.
It was.
People had strollers and sandals and all that. They pushing their fucking babies through gravel instead of saying, "Get the fuck up, bitches," so I can get up these two steps.
No, we own those two steps,
and we did.
Everybody took the test. Okay, Tracy said some folks will always be get-withs. And Fanta,
I think that's a personality trait, Tracy. I agree.
Lamont said we was bullies, and we were not.
We was not. They just knew what time it the fuck was.
Okay, next. Minding our business while watching destruction is one of the things wrong with the black community. Agree or disagree? And I got this from, I don't know if y'all remember the lady Tamika Mallory that was really big in the George Floyd movement. She did like a little piece on Krishan Rock. And she had said when she was young like that, she was in a very toxic relationship with her son's father, where they was fighting, they was doing all the whole Krishan and Blueface type of situation. And she was like, you know, somebody needs to get a hold of her and, you know, just try to guide her. And then people was in a comment saying, that's people's problem now. People need to mind their business. So Tamika, this quote is directly from her. Minding our business while watching destruction is one of the things wrong with the black community.
Well, as it relates to Krishan Rock, I never find nothing that she do funny. I find it sad.
You said you disagree with that? Why?
I find it sad for Krishan Rock specifically, because you can just see that this girl is hurting so bad, and she just doing all the things just to get love. Blueface making a fucking killing off of her. You know what I'm saying?
I'm embarrassed to say I watched the show because I'm at work and Dontria, my work daughter, watches it, and it's disgusting.
I follow all, even the white nosy neighbors. They not getting involved when they hear
the currents come out.
No, when the currents here, somebody getting their ass whooped across the street on Maple Drive, she's not getting into that. Mm-hmm. It's going to be quiet for that. Karen only gets involved when the niggas come to her neighborhood. She don't give a fuck that the bitch next door is getting her ass beat every night.
Okay, Tia says she disagreed because you tried to intervene into people's lives. It can backfire.
And the bitch will end up jumping on you.
Tracy said, yes, we're definitely turned into those people, but this generation, you can't tell them nothing. They are crash dummies.
I think that's every generation. Every generation, you go to your... Just think about Tracy back in the day when you was 18, 19, 20 years old and you told your homegirl that her nigga was cheating on her. She gonna be on... Well, how do you know? Well, he told me it did not. She gonna get defensive. She gonna start beefing with you. So, I feel like that's not now. That's since the beginning of time.
Yeah. It's just that we are... Like I feel like we're in our worst times.
Yeah,
I'm sure they felt like that then, but this is the real worst time.
No, it's
because we're old. I done lived for half a century.
Yeah,
I never thought we would get to this point where we are today. Like we just some bullshit now.
And it's worse because everybody can see your every move now. Mm-hmm. Everything's so
under a microscope. Yes. And everybody's pressed to show everything as well. Tracy, okay, Ms. Brown said, I think it's sad and I think she needs help fast. Definitely sad and is an understatement.
She does.
Akila said she's crazy. She needs help and guidance. Tracy said, and I think people do anything to become a moment on the internet.
Yes.
Likes, views, etc.
Exactly.
Akila said, I'm not minding my business because you could be saving someone else's life.
But you could be your life can be taken too. And I say this to her all the time. Tina be the first person to pick a bitch up and take her to the hotel.
Tell them what happened when the little boys getting beat up in Venice Beach. And I was like, I could not.
We sitting there eating pizza. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. All you hear is this bitch say, "Oh my God, call the police."
I was like, get off of him. Leave him alone.
That bitch got in there.
It was some gang members, but I could not.
They were the Crips. It was the Bloods out there beating the shit out this boy. She came trying to run and jump in the middle of... Bitch, if you don't get the fuck over here. It
was a little teeny... Boy,
call the cops, bitch.
Okay.
Don't get in that.
I just could not just sit there. And
she went and tried to break it up.
I couldn't see him. They was beating. It was just terrible. And
what the dude do? The one that got beat up. The bitch just got up and walked off.
No, he just sat over because Sue
he didn't give a fuck.
Remember, Sue and Kenya and them had
start talking to him,
and they had tried to help him. But yeah,
he didn't give a fuck though. That was normal business.
One boy.
No, what it was whatever he did to those people.
I think he was trying to rob them or something.
He was willing to take that ass whooping to keep whatever he had. So he wasn't in no danger.
Sue said we all almost got murked out there, but just as a human, and if something would have happened to me, it just would have happened. But I could not sit there and let that boy get beat like that.
That bitch tried to run out there and save the day, girl. Until we was like, get the fuck back over here.
Anywho, okay, we was talking about Krishan. Tracy said, nope, listening to elders. No, we listen to our elders. They do not. They disrespect their elders. They listen to no one. We had respect.
Well, there is some truth to that, Tracy. I agree with you on that one.
Sue League. Akila said Jafani motherly instinct kicked in and I loved it. Yeah, I just pictured like, oh, that could be my son.
She's giving Mother Teresa
getting beat like that.
She did the most.
Even if they would have fought me, I wouldn't have cared because it was sad. So
she could have shot you though.
Okay, and I went down like, I went down, I wouldn't, Anyway, the last question is, do you have a hard time apologizing? Apologizing does not always mean you're wrong. If you've done something that hurt someone you care about, you can apologize just to let them know you care. What are your thoughts on that?
Okay. This is trifling, and I'm embarrassed to say it, but I just became acceptable with apologizing like last year.
That's sad, Tony.
That's very sad and very trifling. Like a motherfucker would have to really get me to be like, but bitch, you did this, you did that, and to the point where I had no more argument. That I'd be like, okay, I'll give you that. That was my way of apologizing.
But did you like to argue? Did you actually?
I like to argue in my 20s, but not after my 20s. But no, it was just that hard to admit that I was wrong, and that apology was deserved to this person. Until like maybe last year.
Okay, Tina says she's not apologizing if she's not. She don't apologize if she's not sorry. So
I don't.
Do you feel like those are two different things? And do you feel that way, Teena? Like you can apologize for your actions, but you're not sorry for whatever went down or whatever.
There are people who apologize just to get things back on.
Akila said she loved to argue.
Akila. I mean, like, some people apologize just to get over the hurdle. Mm-hmm. Like, whatever's happened, however I offended you, I'm sorry. I don't do that shit. Mm-hmm. If I feel like that I'm totally in the wrong and you made me see how your side of things, mm-hmm. and I didn't look at that way, yeah, I'm going to apologize. It doesn't matter what happened. Like, I could be totally in the right. But if you told me how you feel about how I came at you, mm-hmm. or whatever, mm-hmm. I'm going to apologize. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm going to apologize. But before, I'd be like, well, bitch, you should have did that. You take it how you want to take it. I was right. Mm-hmm. So I feel... I kind of agree with what Teena is saying. I'm not apologizing if I wasn't in the wrong. Mm-hmm. But should you?
If you weren't in the wrong, no, you should not.
Yeah, I feel like you should.
But like you said, you definitely should. There's always a caveat to an exception to every rule.
Yeah.
Like you said, if you cuss somebody out so severely in the middle of whatever was going on, you could apologize for your actions. Yeah. For your words. But if you felt like you were right, definitely, yeah.
Well, even if I was right. If I came at you and I was mm-hmm. right and I still went too far with it, trying to prove I was right, I still feel like I owe you an apology in that aspect, even though I was right. That's why I say I kind of agree with Teena.
Sue says she don't apologize.
Because you're 24.
Teena said she don't apologize. Akila said yes because I'm stubborn and I said what I said. I don't care. Sue said I did say what I said. I said did. I don't care. Akila said she loves to argue. Tracy said nope. Apologies are easy, but I have to see fault in what I did because some mother effers don't deserve apologies. Teena said I'll commit to not doing it again, but if I'm not sorry, I'm not. Raphael said, oh, hell no. Hello, Raphael.
Hey,
he said that to Akila because she said she loved to argue. Miss Brown said, I can apologize for the way I made you feel, but not necessarily for what happened.
Yeah.
Mont said, I'm the best at that. I'm always willing to apologize to fix things with someone that I love, even if it's apologizing for how what I did made you feel.
Now, Lamont, let me ask you this. Is the apology authentic? So for me, when I apologize, I ain't doing it no more. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, whatever behavior I did, mm-hmm. I'm going to make a conscious effort not to do it again. Mm-hmm. Because for me, apologizing and doing the same shit, bitch, don't apologize. Yeah. So I'm going to make a conscious effort.
You just put a Band-Aid on it.
Yeah.
Do that. Yeah.
I feel like you're not even putting a Band-Aid on it. You just wanted this particular argument to end. Mm-hmm. You don't mean what you're saying. So Lamont, let me ask you this. When you apologize and you want to smooth things over, are you still reciprocating the same behavior the next time around? Or what's going on the next time this problem arises? Or are you going to continue to apologize and not change your behavior?
Okay, Teena said, I learned in the Marine Corps, a lot of times you apologizing to someone to try to fix their hurt feelings. Fuck all that. Deal with your own shit.
Goddamn.
Tahir said, I can apologize if I was wrong and I made you feel that way. Dennis said he ain't never apologized in his life.
You turned 40. Come on.
Antonio said, I apologize because I got a habit of going overboard. We've seen it.
We
have seen you go overboard.
We have seen that. But Tonio, that's my problem. I go overboard sometimes. That's why I feel like
I'm the type that generally,
no, bitch, you go below the belt.
I go for the jugular off the top, and then if it turned out that I'd be like, oops, but
to the point when she went off one day, I was looking at the person like, I just feel bad for you. Like I wanted to cry for him.
But I don't have any problem with apologizing. But
that's a lie.
I don't.
That's a lie.
I have a problem with apologizing.
Sue, chime in. Yes.
I don't feel like...
Especially to Sue.
Okay, Sue has a problem with apologizing to me.
Okay, but that doesn't make it right.
Okay, but listen. Mm-hmm. If I don't care about you and like say we're really getting into it, mm-hmm. I'm not going to apologize to you and I don't care to ever speak to you again.
That's
like
true.
We don't ever have to say anything to each other ever again.
That's
different from like,
somebody you really care about.
Yeah.
But she capping, y'all. Apologizing is hard for her.
Sue said that's a bold-faced lie.
Thank you, Susan.
I do not apologize.
We had to talk you into it on the cruise.
No, Sue be in the wrong. She be sorry.
She did not be in the wrong all the time.
Get Janet on the line. Get Janet.
No, you think because Sue's your child, sometimes she wrong.
No, somebody get Sue's grandmother on the line. She can vouch for me.
Sue, what happened on the cruise that time? And Sue gave me the whole rundown.
She gave you her version.
No, I came to you. You gave me the exact same rundown Sue gave. But you said, fuck that shit, I ain't apologizing. And you walked off and started doing TikToks.
She said, Sue said Janet is biased because Janet, her grandma loves me.
That's true.
Okay,
Sue, I'm here for you, girl.
Okay, Antonio, we read that. Akila said, I cuss people out daily and don't apologize. Don't piss me off.
Keela, you have got to relax, girl. You're going to have a heart attack.
Akila want us to go to Ocean City with her. You're not finna get us killed down Ocean City.
Or locked up.
You're not finna do that. Keisha B said, I apologize when I've invoked hurt. Okay, we use an SAT word.
I see.
Someone and when I'm wrong. I had to grow into that though.
Me too.
Knowingly not invoking. Lanique said exactly. Dennis said you should have you shouldn't have made me mad. My apology. Sue said I was a liar. Jafani starts. Jalen said Jafani starts stuff with me. Since she's calling me by my name, I'll call her by her real name.
She does.
Jalen.
She does.
Tahir say her poor baby taking up for Sue. They take up for Sue because they love her so much, y'all.
We take up for Sue because Tina be wrong.
No, they take up for Sue because she their baby. Okay.
She is.
Lamont said I never had a problem apologizing to him. Correct.
Lamar, that's special case.
Okay, Dennis said you don't have to apologize to your kids ever. Thank you, Dennis.
Dennis, that's a lie.
Tahir said yes, you do.
They are human
and
beings.
Sue said yes, you do.
Yes, they are human beings. They deserve respect.
Akila said she likes Sue. Akila, we're gonna get Sue to go with us when we do your birthday.
We going to Akila's birthday?
She said Ocean City or Annapolis.
Okay,
April
Akila.
22nd.
Am I invited Akila?
She invited me and you.
Okay, well, yeah, we going.
So that concludes for tonight. I mean, we could ramble a little.
We ain't rambling, bitch. I'm going home to watch. You know what I'm going to watch?
What?
Wakanda Forever. Because you want to know what I did.
I have no desire.
I did see it in the movie. I don't even want to talk to you.
I don't want to see that.
I need you to represent black cinema.
I don't want to see that.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I didn't look at Best Man. None of that.
My God. Well, can you at least turn it on and just let the TV play?
I will not. I would rather hear Bill Curtis's voice off of American Justice.
You ain't shit. You said you always celebrate the white man.
Hold up. Tia said
you ain't doing nothing for
Tahir said she going to bed. It's been a long day. Tia said I definitely had to learn to apologize to my kids because I remember how it felt when my parents wouldn't apologize to me.
Tia, that's what I'm saying. Do you remember all the times when you really knew you was right and your mother was dead motherfucking wrong, but this bitch just keeps talking and doing all this? That's what I'm talking about. Apologize for the 70s Tina.
Akila said only person I apologize to is my mom. Because she's amazing.
But your mother don't play that shit.
Sue said I don't care for Wakanda either, mom. And Tahir said great show, ladies.
Sue, get out the comments.
No legs. No, today was leg day. Tahir exercises a lot. Then it said fuck them, raising yourself. Dennis. On
that note, we're gone.
I want to talk about the peeing.
Okay, what's up?
Peeing. What else has been in the news that's super
Young Miami getting peed on. I see no problems with that.
I feel like that was about it.
I see no problems with that. I personally wouldn't like to be peed on, but I have peed on somebody, and they liked it. So
shout out to BDB. We know who that was.
No, we don't know who that was.
It wasn't BDB.
Only
it wasn't.
I'll tell you off camera. I'll tell you off camera. And it happened. I was pissing on motherfuckers years before Young Miami decided to piss on the nigga.
He literally
get pissed on.
He literally commented something to me late last night.
I need you to shut up.
Who knows a nigga down? Who knows who that is? You're saying you're pissing on somebody. I'm not saying that.
Okay, but you say I know who it was. He called me the other day.
I know who it was.
That man could be dead that I pissed on.
It doesn't matter. You pissed on him. You're telling your
but he's dead.
But you're telling your team.
He might be dead though. You said the man contacted you yesterday.
Who did you go with that's dead?
I don't got no dead one.
Okay.
But they don't know that.
But the main T is you pissed on someone.
That's
correct.
I have.
That would get you in trouble over me saying.
No, that's my past.
Yeah. So
that's my past.
Hey, don't try to say I'm.
But don't say. But maybe I wanted to think he was no longer with us. I don't know. I mean, that's what.
Don't put that on the homie.
Anyway,
yeah.
I don't see no problem with it. If that's what you want to do sexually, then I don't see nothing wrong with that.
Raphael said just a pissy mess.
I mean, Raphael,
how you feel about that?
Have you ever peed on anyone?
No.
Have you ever got pissed on?
No.
Is that something that you would want?
I will not. I don't want to get pissed on, but I will say that I have had a lot of I never was that I have done. So, but I don't foresee getting pissed on. I have, back in the day, we used to put baby pee on our face and stuff.
No, I never did that.
That's
I never did.
And we're going to talk about
what the fuck was that about?
We're going to talk about those.
Why did you do that?
That's just stuff that black people do.
Why?
Because it clears up your skin. We're going to talk about.
I want bumpy skin.
We're going to talk about old wives' tales on one of the shows.
Ooh,
but that's if Miss Brown, me and you are a particular age. Tell me if you've heard of that one, Tracy. If you've heard of that one.
I've never heard of that one.
Yeah, that's really.
And people used to actually put baby piss on their face?
Yes.
How?
From off the pamper.
That's bitch by.
Yeah, that's what black people come up with all types of little,
Maybe I was
old
why I was a
wives'
bumpy face bitch when I was little.
Antonio said pass on the piss. Tracy said, yep, grown adults do what they want to do.
I agree. I don't. Young Miami getting pissed on.
Okay, Tracy and Miss Brown both say they heard of the baby pee.
Okay, what if you?
And Tahir said yes, it clears the skin up fast.
Speaking of Young Miami, what do you feel about?
Eric asked, Lamar said.
What do you feel about her whole
JoJo
situation?
said, I have heard that. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about the peroxide for period blood. We're gonna talk about everything.
Peroxide for period blood.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the old wives' tale.
Yeah,
show,
we're gonna definitely do.
Can we do it next week? Because
y'all get some old wives' tales together.
Email us some old wives' tales or inbox us some old wives' tales.
But the peroxide on the period
I've
blood
never heard of that.
Or any blood works better than Clorox.
What, to clean your clothes?
Yes. Next week we're not going to be on here on Tuesday because I'm not available.
Oh,
so we probably do it Monday if you are free.
I should be.
Yeah, so for the next 2 weeks or so, we're going to do it on Monday.
And then Valentine's Day, we have a special show coming up on a Friday. We won't be on here on Valentine's Day because we got niggas and we got lives. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure that you're subscribed to our channel once again. Talks with Tone and Teena. Make sure you're liking our page for all our extra content. Thank you guys. See you next week.